Not rated. That means it's new or no one gives a shit about it. What is this Grim Fandango-ass character? This is not Grim Fandango. No.
Oh,
PC.
this is the new it's like a content creator game. You've got like the little guys and it has proximity chat. Um
Oh, is this like Repo?
yes, that's what it's called.
That was
There
teamwork.
we
That was teamwork.
go.
That's Jack. He doesn't look depressed, so it's probably the first one.
There we go. You got it.
House and Fata Morgana. Are you kidding me? Is it guess the...
Oh, that's this. Yeah, this is an April Fool's one, you can tell. Yeah.
I want to enter the mansion, please.
Oh, this I think this starts a new game.
Don't...
It's you have to inspect your memories.
Uh-oh. Don't worry, I can just load a save file.
Dude, there's a house. You have to wait for this like cutscene to end.
Flaxen. I remember Flaxen. Despite his near devastation by Nellie's news, Mel's flaxen eyes continue to wander in hopes of catching sight of the girl. Hee 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 hee. By now it should be quite obvious to you what Mel was feeling. But the boy himself was having difficulty comprehending the things going through his heart. Emotionally, he was horribly unstable, like a ship without a sail. Why is the maid just roasting him?
She's so funny.
And still, every time he spotted the white-haired girl, his heart would leap, his whole body jitter with anxiety and excitement. He had never felt anything like this before, and as such, he struggled to keep these strange emotions in check. Whenever he saw an opportunity, Mel would speak to the white-haired girl. And, there's a bad sign we're time skipping. This is a bad sign for the fate of these characters. And days he was unable to, he either spent in secluded silence or a distracted daze. Love is a curious thing. It has the power to change those who experience it. When he did manage to approach her, he tripped over his tongue. Again and again he talked to her, and again he stumbled. I imagine if you were to take him to see a romance at the theater in his present state, he would cry just as much as little Nellie. We cry at tragedies because we draw parallels with our own lives. At least that is what I think. Great tales of romance attain true gravity with the audience only when they are personally familiar with love. Who is texting me right now? Is this
That's
the vampire?
That's Morgana.
I got a text from my friend, and I forget what we were talking to before, but it says, "Mango makes that man go." Laughing emoji.
How does this tie back to Fata Morgana?
Yo, we see some mangoes in this plot. It's about to make that man go. In any event, the white-haired girl was, as a result of this, visibly perturbed. She was delighted that he was being... Stop texting me about mangoes. I'm gonna turn my phone ringer down. I can't be privy to this mango debate right now. But confusion overpowered every other emotion. She appeared to be at a loss for what to do as he clumsily catapulted words and stares at her. But Mel did not back down, though he probably knew not what caused such fiery emotion to erupt from within his breast. One's first love in particular tends to burn like a wildfire. Are you familiar with the sensation, Master? Oh, he. I don't know who Master's supposed to be. I don't even want to guess. I'm thinking it's not even like anybody in the story right now. I don't think I'm Mel. I don't think I'm me. I might just be like a meta concept. I might not even be anybody.
It's just Battler with binoculars.
It's the Umi Neko meta world. Ah. There she is. Is she cleaning? No, it looks like she's reading. It's now or never. Boo! What's wrong with him?
Loser.
Ah! Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
He literally did.
He literally did, he fully intended to. Lord Mel, you very clearly meant to scare me.
Even she knows.
Because you just wouldn't notice me. What are you reading? You look pretty engrossed. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have asked for permission. It's fine. No need to apologize. Feel free to read whatever you want. And you're welcome to bring books back to your room if you'd like to spend more time with them. But I was just amazed that the mansion had a library. It must have been a lot of work to collect all these books. There are some pretty old books in here too. Your grandfather's. Some that he collected, and some even older than that. Take a look at this. I think it's a diary, but it's not from this country. Or this century, for that matter. Maybe a feudal lord? Here, he's complaining about the quality of the harvest. Can this forsaken land only produce over sour grapes? Ah, if only the largest of the, Barney? Or maybe Barnier? If only the largest of the Barnier estates were mine instead. The land there is much more suitable to cultivation. There you have it. You can read this, Lord Mel? More or less. Oh, I wonder what language it's written in. I've looked over it several times already, so that wasn't too difficult. Why would such an old book be here? I'm not sure. Dude, they're about to pull out the house in Fata Morgana. They're about to read that shit. They're about to read Higurashi. It and all of this was already here when I moved into the mansion. Have you not lived here your whole life? I was born at our estate, but to me and Nellie, this is more like our home. We moved when I was still young, and we've lived here ever since. Nellie and Mother have both grown quite fond of it. Father, although, often goes back to the house because he doesn't like all the roses. What a fucking freak. I don't like all the roses. I am leaving.
Yeah.
By himself? Yeah, well, sometimes Mother goes with him. But for the most part, he goes alone.
He couldn't just ask them to grow a different flower?
Dude, he would have fucking hated, like, tulips even more.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, it's not because they don't get along. In fact, they act more like teenagers in love than grown adults. It almost makes me sick having to watch it. It is a wonderful thing to be so close, no matter how old they may be. True, but still. There are those in the world who cannot be with the ones they care for as much as they may wish. Girl, you okay? I'm sorry about that. Oh, that's right, the book. What were you reading? I wasn't exactly reading. I do not enjoy reading lots of text, so I was looking at the picture. She's so real. Is that so? You seem very cultured, so I thought you would be partial to reading. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you say that? Oh, I thought you weren't like other girls. Perhaps you're actually more like Nellie and eschew your studies. Yes. I wouldn't have guessed. But you like looking at pictures. I do. What else do you like? What? What do you enjoy doing? It can be anything. I enjoy being told stories. That's 1 point in favor of her being the master. She's being told one fucking hell of a story right now.
That's true. Write that down.
Write that down. Pin it down. Stories. Yes. When I was young, my father would tell me tales. What kinds of stories did you like? There was one about an imprisoned girl. Tell it to me. Are we about to get a second nested story? Are we about to get a story within a story within a story? Once there was a girl, and she was locked away in a mansion deep in the forest. There's an echo! Wait a fucking second. A mansion with only one window.
You're about to learn about Beatrice with the memory loss. She doesn't remember being Beatrice.
But the window sat high upon the wall, far beyond her reach. So it was always very dark inside, unlike this mansion. However, the girl did not like the outside world. There were lots of scary things out there, after all. Though she may have been all alone in the mansion, she grew comfortable with the darkness in time, so she had nothing to be afraid of. And then, am I doing a good job? Oh, that's cute. You're doing fine. Keep going. What happens next? Okay. And then the girl grew up. By then, she had already forgotten why she was locked up, but she was content with the darkness. However, her eyes couldn't help but be drawn to the little bit of light that spilled through the one window. Though she was comfortable in the darkness, the sight of the light made her heart race. At first, the girl thought it was because she found it unpleasant, because she disliked the light and the outside. But slowly she came to realize that she was curious about the outside world. What could be happening out there? For all she knew, the town, the forest, the people, all of it could have changed while she was imprisoned in the mansion. But she had no way of finding out. So the girl decided to write letters and throw them out the window. What began as empty grasping became routine, continuing for several months until she was finally ready to give up. But then, a beautiful white dove flew in through the window. Look at that fucking guy. Tied to the dove's leg was a letter. Her heart racing, she read the words contained within. It seemed to have been written by a man. The letter contained numerous questions for the girl. It also said that she attached her reply to the dove, it would bring the letter back to him. She was astonished, but she wrote him back anyway, taking care not to mention where she was. After having exchanged letters a number of times, the two felt very close to one another, as though they had known each other for many years despite having never met. And eventually the man said he wanted to meet her. Indeed, the girl was unsure what to do. Should she tell him of how she lived? Should she reveal where she spent her days? She was afraid that if she did, he would cease to send her letters. She was sure he believed her to be a young lady of noble blood, and not a girl locked away in a house deep in the forest. The girl could not bring herself to write a response. She released the dove through the window with nothing attached to its leg, and yet it returned with another letter, written in the man's familiar hand. "You must surely have a grave reason for your silence," it said. "I would like to know the reason, and I would like to help you. No matter what it may be, you have my word." She deliberated. Though his letters were kind, she did not know this man. He was from the outside. Would he still treat her the same way when he met her? And did she even want to step out into the world beyond? What do you think she did? Wrote a letter and agreed to meet him, right? Yes, she did. The girl made up her mind. She would write a letter. As always, when she tied it to the dove's leg, it flew off out the window. And for some time after that, she received no response from the man. This saddened her, but she thought it was for the best. She belonged in her own confined world, her world of darkness. But then one day, light shone into the mansion. The sealed door had been opened, and in the doorway stood a handsome young man. "I have come for you," he said. The man was a prince from a neighboring kingdom. When the girl stepped outside, before her sat a magnificent carriage, the likes of which she had never before seen, accompanied by many servants. The prince, kind as in the letters, swore his love to her, and the two live happily ever after. Your story's kind of shit. I thought it was gonna be like and then the man came in and carpet bombed the entire tower. Sad.
Why would that happen? That was a nice story.
Oh, what a nice story. I'm glad it had a happy ending. He, a prince. Was there something funny about the story? No, that's not why I was laughing. Do you ever imagine what it would be if a prince showed up for you? Right now, she's thinking, oh, he's gay. He's he's imagining the prince for himself. Huh? It doesn't have to be a real prince, even just someone like one. Is that something you dream about? Oh, no, see, from last time, with Nelly calling him a prince and all the times, I kind of gaslit myself into thinking he was a prince, but no, this is just a noble boy.
Yeah, he's just a noble boy.
I think I'm perhaps a little too old for that. You think so? Nelly still fantasizes about her prince and she's 14. I just assumed all girls were the same. Lady Nelly's prince. That's you, Lord Mel, no? What? Is it not? I mean, we used to play make-believe a lot when we were kids, but I very much doubt she still thinks of me that way in earnest. When she calls me her prince now, it's mostly in jest. Ellipses? If it weren't, that would be concerning. Looks at camera. Oh? That story. Do you know if it's a regional tale? One that's been passed down through the ages? I am not sure. It could very well be my father's own creation. You might think me conceited, but I think the story... the girl in that story? That's me, IRL. And the prince, Albert Einstein. And then everyone clapped. The girl trapped in the mansion is you? You haven't been locked up anywhere before, have you? No, thankfully. I have never been locked up before. Thank goodness. But with an appearance like mine, I can sympathize with her being afraid of the outside world. Oh right, she has the sunlight allergy. That's the quote-unquote sunlight allergy. That's not attributed to vampirism at all. I have at times imagined how wonderful life would be if it were only me and my father. But the girl left the house in the end. The house in Fata Morgana. If your father really wrote that story, then I believe it contains his hope for you to end up the same way. Oh? I don't have what it takes to be a real prince and whisk you away, but I can at least pretend. So if it was your father's wish for you to see the outside world, then surely there's nothing wrong with you getting out and experiencing all the scenery that the world has to offer. He's gonna get her like a giant sun hat. I want to see the outside too. Or, to be more specific, other countries. So, if you'd like, we could maybe go see distant lands together? For fuck's sake. Ah, dearest Mel! I've been looking all over for you. Nelly. Look at this, dearest Mel. Mother brought me these wonderful gloves to wear on walks. The roses embroidered on the wrists are just precious. Oh my, you're right. They are beautiful. I've never seen a sprite look more solemn and depressed. You appear to be dizzy, Lord Mel. Are you feeling unwell? No, I'm fine. Mel was feeling frustrated at his inability to convey his feelings to her. And as his frustration built up over time, he developed, I suppose you could call it a severe case of lovesickness. For several consecutive nights, he had been afflicted with a peculiar sensation, a presence in his bedchamber. Death! What the fuck? Death to the unholy one. Death to the heretic. These are my affirmations when I go to bed. Death to the witch. Kill. Ooh, I like how there's kind of a face here.
That's scary. Don't say that.
He's looking right at you. She is... Why? I never wanted her to die. Was she not eating? Seal off the tower. Understood? No one finds out about this. How can you be so calm? Don't you understand what you've done? Pinning the blame on me? How nice it must be to be able to distort reality with panic. You're just as guilty as any of us. I never wanted her to die. Alright, well, it's time for this to make sense in, what, 50 hours?
The game's not that long, but it will make sense in, like, 25 hours.
Oh, shit. It's a long haul. The witch killed her. The blood of the witch killed my... Mel wakes up and he's like, I had a fucking awful dream. A dream? What was that dream? It was horribly unsettling. I was holding someone, a girl I cared for dearly, in my arms, and she was limp. All right, let's take a look at the dartboard. So we've got either visions of a past life and reincarnation is a thing in this world. We have visions of the future and like mental time travel a la Zero Escape is a thing in this world. We have what else could there be? Visions of like another person, and it's like they're fucking sharing like souls and shit like that. It could be childhood psychosis. It could be he's just seeing shit.
Maybe it's just a dream.
Maybe it's just a dream. Maybe the curtains are just blue.
Yeah.
I would fucking love to be that guy that just like, all right, let's take this entire story at face value. Let's not analyze it, you know. Let it lie. It was almost as if she were dead. I've been having a lot of really unpleasant dreams lately. I can't stop shaking. Why would I have such a dream? I feel sick. Back to sleep. You're going back to sleep?
Well, what else do you do?
I had a really awful nightmare a few nights ago where I was on my phone and I kept getting FaceTimes, which is weird because I don't have FaceTime on my phone, but I kept getting FaceTimes of like this pixel art character, like a WD Gaster character that kept calling me and kept being like, "Where are you? Where are you?" And I was dreaming of myself in bed, keep getting these calls, and then I wake up from the dream, I look up, the pixel art character is there, screams at me, and then I wake up from my dream again.
Dude, the new Mystic Messenger is crazy.
I thought waking up from a dream twice was a thing that happened in movies. I've
No,
n-
I've done that too before. It's
I
scary.
I've never been more frightened. Who was that girl? That's me thinking about the Sprite character. I can sense someone standing beyond my door. Is someone there? It's like they're watching me. Is it just my imagination? I can't move. What? What do you want? Go away. Literal sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah.
Ah. The sound is growing fainter. Is that truly what your story meant, Father? But Such a magnificent garden. Something we could never have had. Are my intentions misguided? What a beautiful white rose. Oh! You know, you could have sneaked into his room rather easily then. No one was watching. Hee hee hee. How long have you... Oh, you needn't pay me any mind. And then the narration comes on and it's like, you really needn't pay me any mind. I agree with her. I want to see the maid and the maid narration start bantering. I shall not condemn you no matter what you may do. Rather, I am on your side. I was not going to do anything. Oh, is that so? Then perhaps you were out for a late night stroll. I imagine you have less difficulties going outside at night. I beg your pardon. I will return to the mansion immediately. Oh yes, that reminds me. It was also the middle of the night when the grocer's servant broke into their safe. News of that spread quite far. I'm sure you would have heard about it. So, okay, immediately I'm intrigued by the girl in white being represented by a white rose. Especially like with the father's history of not liking roses and not spending any time here because of the roses. That just makes me question about the significance of that, especially because the girl in white literally just mentioned the father.
Mm-hmm.
Is he like... Is he maybe not staying at the estate because he knew that she was coming? I know she's here on a mission. Was she like... Or alternatively, maybe she was sent by the father, who can't bear to be here because of what's going to happen? I don't know. What is this freak's agenda, Kier? Tell me.
I think she just likes flowers.
Just likes flowers?
Yeah, why not?
She
If you
looks...
like flowers, wouldn't you go to the Rose Manor?
I would... My ass would not go to the Rose Manor.
That's messed up.
I would not be here to open the doors. Although, was Jamash imprisoned? Dear me, I'm having trouble remembering. But worry not. If you wish for it, the mansion shall provide. What the fuck are you talking about, lady? Where's
Backlog? The second one.
Okay. So is the maid just taunting, being like, hey, this other servant got caught doing some shit and are they in jail? I don't know. I don't know. Is the maid just being a catty bitch?
She's just a little quirky.
If you wish for it, the mansion shall provide. You are in no danger whatsoever of getting caught. I don't think the maid's a person. I think the maid's a concept. I think she's the manor. If you look at it closely, the maid's an anagram for Rose Manor.
Whoa. You figured it out.
the, Wait, the maid's from Deltarune and then went into Undertale. You said that a witch lives in the mansion, did you not? I did. Does that sound perhaps a bit archaic to you? No. I believe those rumors mockingly refer to me. The maid looks at the camera and is like, are you serious? Is this bitch serious? That's me. I'm the witch. Oh my. I have been accused of being a witch before. Which is amusing. I don't have any magical powers. I simply have an unusual appearance. Oh, fuck. What the fuck? The maid's like, wait, are you being dead ass about there being witches? I thought we were LARPing. How'd you do that? My little lovely shade of red. The rose. Is something the matter? This rose was white. Until I took it in my hand. Is that so? I apologize. I must sound mad. I'm sure I was just mistaken. I couldn't possibly have changed. I wonder... Yes? Did the girl locked in the mansion become a princess? Well, we should lock up and head to bed. Make sure all the shutters are closed nice and tight, and then draw the bar on the front door. Is this a mystery, or is it a fantasy? Is the magic real, or are there small bombs? Does the Umi Neko? Slowly but surely, time trekked onwards, everyone working towards their own individual goals. That's a really funny opening sentence to a time skip. Everyone just did their own thing. Each early summer breeze that blew through the garden was like God's hallowed breath, carrying the flowers' fragrance in through the Rose Manor's windows. If only time could be stopped in this beautiful era made to live on through eternity. As usual, Mel's eyes chafed after the white-haired girl, and Nellie pursed her lips in frustration at him. We still don't know her name? Did nobody ask?
We don't. I think it's implied they asked, like, off-screen.
Oh, so they know?
I think so, yeah.
What the fuck is this name? But she was still rather docile. Even taking into account how self-centered she behaved, how fickle her temper, Nellie's fits were still no worse than a playful kitten. See? At that very moment, our lively little feline had her claws poised to swat at the flaxen-haired young man. Hee hee hee. Mel, you promised me, or have you forgotten? I haven't forgotten, I'm just asking if we can go another day. Another day? This isn't something that happens every day. I've been looking forward to tonight's performance for so long. There's nothing I can do about that. We're having a gathering at the priest's home tonight. Several high-ranking officials have come up from the mainland just for this. Who cares? I care. You know, Nellie, it doesn't have to be me who goes with you. No, I want to go with you, Mel. You've been so distant lately, dearest Mel. You refuse to do anything with me. That's not true. Tell me, if you can't go today, when can you? When will you be willing to go out with me? When will you be willing to play cards with me, to have tea together? I can't make any promises. I have things to do, obligations. And Nellie, you're almost an adult yourself. Stop acting like such a child. I'm not an adult yet. I'm still a kid. If it means I don't get to play with you anymore, dearest Mel, then I don't want to be an adult. Nellie, you can't. Lady Nellie, the master wishes to speak with you. Huh? Father does? What could he want? Go on, Nellie. You can't make Father wait. He's very particular about people keeping their appointments. He wants her gone. Yes, he is. Unlike you, dearest Mel. What's got her in such a foul mood? Anyways, women. Oh, thank goodness for small miracles. Nellie just won't seem to take me at my word lately. You mustn't be so harsh on her. She is your one and only darling little sister. You're right, but still, she's taken it a bit far as of late. Oh? I am not so sure. She does not seem to be behaving any differently to me. Yeah, it's him that changed. Am I the one acting differently then? Well, enough about that. Can I ask you a favor? Me? What can I do for you? I was thinking... Physically, Mel was undeniably a young man, but the smirk that crossed his lips as he schemed gave him the face of the sweet look of a little boy. Or perhaps that was simply part of his charm, and it was not the age disparity, but his character that made his smile so heartwarming. What did he ask of me? Hee hee hee. It's fucking... He's a lot. What's so funny, bro? You shall
He's
find
just a
out
little
soon.
trickster.
It's cloudy. And thank goodness for that, too. Though it would be even better if it were even darker out. I believe the textile shop was around here. Ah. Hi there. Lord Mel. Fancy meeting you here? Yeah, what a surprise. I didn't track you down. What are you talking about? So, what do you say we take this chance and go for a little walk? Since you're sensitive to sunlight, we can keep our eyes out for shadowy areas as we go. And if you feel unwell, just let me know. I was sent out to run an errand. Don't worry about that. Come on, follow me into this dark alleyway. Literally dark alleyway.
Weirdo.
I'm sorry. It actually wasn't an accident that we crossed paths. Question mark? I planned this out ahead of time. Asked to have you sent out on a fake errand. He's a psychopath. He is a fucking weirdo. It feels like I'm always on alert back at the mansion. Can't relax in my own house. It's actually kind of funny.
This is a scheme that, like, a teenager would come up with.
Sorry, that was inappropriate of me. Did he have the maid do this shit? I just thought since the sun's mostly blocked out, it would be alright if... I'm feeling just fine. Ah.
He had the maid block out the sun.
Of course, I get her out of the house and I can't even think of anything to say. Hey, yes? Have you settled into life at the mansion? I have. Everyone has been such a big help. That's good to hear. Indeed. So, yes? Nellie told me she had you help redecorate her room some time back. Ah, yes. That was shortly after I had arrived. What of it? Yeah, that day, Nellie told me that you don't... I don't... Never mind, sorry, it's not important. Question mark? It is important, but I can't just ask how she feels about me. That would make it sound like I can't sound like I do, don't I? Lord Mel? She is sick of his shit. Oh, sorry. Had something on my mind. Looks like it might rain again today. The weather usually gets better as summer approaches, not worse like it has been. It won't be a heavy storm, though. No? The wind is too gentle. You can tell from that? Vaguely, but yes. Ah, that's impressive. I often leave the house unprepared, only to find myself sloshing back in the rain. Hee You laugh a lot more than you used to. Do I? Yeah, and I like that. You look better with a smile on your face. You'd be a lot prettier if you smiled.
Cringe.
A smile suits Lady Nelly much more than I. What? Her smile and your smile are completely different. Hers is flaxen, yours isn't. Also, a smile suits you as well, Lord Mel. Do you really think so? What am I supposed to do in the face of a smile like that? So, yes? Knowing her, if I ask if I'm imposing, she'll say no with no hesitation. Trying to cover myself isn't going to get me anywhere. Hold on a second. I never did get you those flowers like I promised. There was a single white rose blooming in the garden. She has a fucking, like, psychic flashback. She's like, oh my god, I wasn't crazy. I was planning to give it to you, but it disappeared before I had the chance. So, I'd like you to have this. It's not a real rose, but it won't wilt either. Mel was holding an ornamental white rose. It was an impressively detailed replica of the real thing, crafted by an incredibly skilled artisan's hand. It was, I imagine, made by the same craftsman from whom Mel had ordered Nellie's birthday necklace. The young man, who had but a handful of days earlier had said he had no sweetheart, had come to commission a present for a girl. The master of the shop must have been quite surprised. What's the symbolic significance of, the organic white rose turning red, but now he has a fake plastic white rose that won't wilt but isn't real? What's the significance of that?
Maybe it's just nice.
I'm trying to read in the symbol so bad, even though it's only door 1.
It's good to start reading early.
Or perhaps
it's a long game ahead of you.
It's a long game, 25 hours. It was for this moment that he had so desperately sought for time together with the white-haired girl. I don't know what you like, so I had to base it on my sister's tastes. My apologies, I cannot accept this. Is the design not to your liking? No, if you're concerned about how much I paid for it, don't be. I just want you to have it, that's all. Please. Why are you so kind to me? Why? Because... I'm sorry, I can't accept it. A clear glint of flustered panic was visible in her red eyes. There is not a girl in the world whose heart would not flutter at the sight of a sparkling rose accessory, not a single one.
True.
But her reaction was far from delight. As a matter of fact, there were traces of fear and apprehension in her countenance? Countenance?
I think it's counting.
Chamomile.
True.
I beg your pardon. I showed people the chamomile incident from last video. I showed my friends, and they said, oh yeah, that fuck who's talking to you got it wrong. It's chamomile. There's warfare going on.
That's messed up. That's mean.
Hold on. With a look of distress on her face, the white-haired girl made to run off, but Mel grabbed her by the arm in the nick of time. At least tell me why. Is it because you dislike me? I never said... Something's wrong with me. From the day you arrived at the mansion, it's like I haven't been myself. I've been strangely aflutter ever since then. Whether I try to study or whether I try to read, none of it sticks. I'm just looking at pages of text, tracing rows of letters, only for them to disappear as soon as I look away. It's all because of you. I truly, truly am sorry. Please, don't be any more generous than you already have. When I'm with you, my willpower wavers. What do you mean? What did she mean by that? I'm so sorry. Ah, wait. Uh-oh, there's a bad sign, new sprite.
New sprite.
He looks fucking fabulous, by the way. The eyeliner game of everyone in this fucking game are on point.
Yeah.
Mel's grip loosened for a moment, allowing her to slip free and dart off like a gust of wind, not giving him a chance to stop her a second time. The dumbfounded, flaxen-haired boy stood frozen in place, left all by himself. The breeze, which the white-haired girl had called gentle earlier, felt faintly chilly, almost as if mocking him. Dude, I fuck with, like teenage romance drama like this. This is awesome. I love how it's all life or death world ending for these kids.
Yeah,
who have
it's
never
funny.
like experienced like actual like pain. It humanizes them a lot. Looks like she's even less fond of me than I thought. Nah. Is there anyone, because I'm curious, because I don't imagine the rest of the story is going to be like this. Are there people that are like, oh, House in Fata Morgana picks up once you get past the kid love plot in the first 5 hours?
Yeah, there are people who are like, yeah, it picks up after door 3 or whatever.
House in Fata Morgana is so much better once they introduce the trolls.
I know people don't like door 2. That's one of the unpopular ones.
Oh no. It really is Umineko. God, I'm crying. I'm pathetic. Well, if it isn't Mel, what might you be? Are you crying? I'm so pitiful. Sorry you had to see this. Think nothing of it. I passed by a girl just a few moments ago. Was she crying too? She appeared to be rather distressed as well. Did something happen between the two of you? I wasn't good enough, it seems. Not good enough? That was the new maid I was telling you about before. I was... like you said, Father, I was keen on her. Quite. Enough to bring me to tears like a miserable child. But she rejected me. I don't even have what it takes to be a stand-in prince. Mel, I apologize for complaining to you about this. I'm completely hopeless. Mel? Please don't try to cheer me up. I don't need any sympathy. No, Mel, listen to me. What? I've seen that girl before. What do you mean? But, you said she was a servant at your house, right? In which case... Yes, she is. Please tell me, Father, where did you see her? Why must you be so evasive? It was probably someone else. Someone else? You're saying you mistook someone who stands out as much as her? Father. She and a man whom I assume is her father paid a visit to the church once. They came asking for food, their clothes in tatters. The two were emaciated. I don't think they were eating daily. What? Wait a minute, are you saying she's a beggar? But Father said she came from an esteemed house. Which is why I said I might be mistaken, Mel. Oh! See, I had already assumed she was poor. I'd never once believed that she was from a noble house, but it makes a lot of sense that Mel thinks that she would accept a gift because he's like, oh, she's a noble woman. She must get gifts all the time.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. To me, it's like, oh, she rejected it because she grew up poor and she's not used to these kind of gestures of affection. That made sense to me, but now it suddenly makes sense why it's such a blow to Mel. She has a singular aspect, but it is possible there's another girl who looks similar. Deep down, though, the priest surely believed the opposite. And so he said sternly, like a teacher to a pupil, "But you must be absolutely certain, Mel. Understood? You cannot proceed any further without knowing her ancestry." May I visit the church, Father? By all means. In the back of Mel's mind, a vision of the night of the storm, the night the white-haired girl arrived at the mansion, was surely replaying. He's gonna pray and he's gonna, please, 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 tell me what's up. She had been wearing little more than rags and covered in grime, hardly the appearance of a respectable young lady of class. Have I been putting her through unnecessary stress? If she actually turns out to be nameless, to be rankless, no matter where she comes from, my heart is decided. I will not fool myself about how I feel any longer. No, I cannot fool myself. But how does she feel? What will everyone else think? I have to find out why she was welcomed into our house. I'll ask Mother or Father. No. If for some reason they don't know she isn't aristocratic, I'm better off not saying anything. But if they don't, then does that mean she's been lying to us? And to them? I have to find out. This time I must get answers. No, absolutely not. You come back and the first thing you say is that? I hate you, Father. I will not stand for this. Why? Why would he just suddenly throw that on me? Oh, is this a arranged marriage? He didn't even ask for my opinion. No, I won't do it. I'm fine the way things are. I'm just fine. Dearest Mel, I need your help. Mel busts in and he's like, Nellie, help me hook up with the servant girl. I don't want to get married. I'm locked in. They call me Mr. Fata Morgana.
They call you the knower.
What does Fata Morgana mean?
You're gonna find out.
They call me the knower?
They call you the knower.
The house in Fata Morgana. I keep saying of Fata Morgana. This may seem sudden, but I must confess that I made a grave mistake. My transgression is that I was unable to completely predict where this path we were traveling led. My hands were full dealing with my immediate day-to-day tasks, so I could do naught but pray there was happiness waiting in the future. Happiness for everyone who lived within Rose Manor. But I am but a mere maid. There are limits to what I'm allowed to do, and furthermore, it was not my place to offer her my hand. Roads, such as the one we were following, have a way of diverging with little warning. And if you do not turn the wheel exactly right at those sudden forks, you may end up somewhere horribly off course. I was well aware of that fact, which is why I thought that what I did was for the best. It's happening again. Is each door going to be a different, like, turn of fate, just like Umineko?
You're gonna find out.
I made sure the door was closed, but I can sense someone standing there. Someone watching me. CG of the maid with, like, a big butcher's knife. Footsteps.
Got a big cartoon hammer.
They're looking down at me? I want to open my eyes, but I can't do it. Curses. You're just going to leave without doing anything, aren't you? Then hurry up and get out of here. Free me from this torture. No. Tonight they're on my bed now, looking down on me. My neck. Is she going to be sucking his blood? I can't speak. I can't move. These cold fingers. That soft breath. Why? I can move my body, but that's not important right now. Dude, I swear to fucking God, if they're vampires... how did I clue into vampires?
I don't know.
Did I just get, like,
I feel like gothic horror, you just kind of think about vampires. Because I was also thinking about vampires when I started this game, not knowing anything about it.
I had titled
I think there's something about like the art style and stuff.
I had titled the first video "When Do the Vampires Show Up" as a joke, but now it's like a spoiler. No, people are gonna know there's vampires, even though I was guessing. You smell of roses, the scent of a world far removed from ours. He made to gasp at the sight before him, only to realize he could not. The pressure of her cold fingertips wrapped around his throat robbed him almost entirely of the ability to breathe. Why? He silently mouthed the word. For that moment, at least, her melancholic ruby eyes were focused wholly on the flaxen-haired young man. In them glowed a faint flicker of willpower, and a continuously burning agitation that roused her to action. I told you to stop being so kind to me. Why? It will all be over soon. Please don't make any noise. Why? To put an end to this family, you are my only. Why are you shaking? What? Upon hearing Mel's words, the strength drained from her slender fingers. He had not been questioning why she would do such a thing. There was, of course, a trace of bewilderment visible in his eyes. But he did not shout, nor did he tremble in fear. He instead expressed concern for the young woman who looked like a cornered rabbit. I am not shaking. You are. I can see it. As he slowly regained his breath, Mel's voice too grew clearer. Conversely, the red-eyed girls grew progressively more faint and raspy. You are not doing this because you genuinely want to. There is some other reason. This is what I desire. Have you been to my room before? You have. I'm sorry. Well, I'll be damned. Tell me, why are you shaking? You're not putting any pressure on my neck. Why haven't you run? Because I cannot fathom why you would do this, so I'm not afraid. Do you hate me so deeply you want me dead? Do you despise me to the point you would be willing to take my life with your own hands? No. No, I don't. See? Like I said, there's another reason. If it isn't because you detest me, then tell me, why is it? I am sorry. I will leave your room now. I will do my best not to bother you any further, so please forget anything that ever happened. Do you think I'm just going to say okay and let you go? Why can't you tell me the reason? I'm sorry. Alright, then I'll try to guess. If he says because you're a vampire, he is locked in. What? It has something to do with your lineage. You're troubled by it somehow, am I right? I thought so. How do you know about that? The priest at the church told me he had seen you before. He had also told me a little about your origin. But that's all I know. The only difference between us is social rank. I know what would cause you to do this. I don't know what would cause you to do this. Please, tell me who you really are. Tell me why you came to the mansion, and why Father allowed you to be a maid. I haven't said anything to Mother or Father. If you're hiding the truth from them, they still don't know. But I want to. I won't get mad at you or have you punished. I'll even swear to God if you'd like. I want to be the prince who whisks you away. I want to be like the prince who rescued the girl from the dark mansion and showed her the world. I know I'm not that dependable, but I want to help you. Why do you show me such compassion? Why do you treat me like this? I have my hand around your neck. Why thought it would be obvious. Or have I not expressed myself well enough? I love you. His hand looks fucking nasty, I gotta say. Every time you push away, it crushes me. I didn't even know my heart could feel such distress. If you dislike me and don't want to be with me, then, well, I'll just have to live with that. As much as it may hurt, but if you have some other reason, some weight on your shoulders that you can't share with anyone else, tell me. I want to help you. There are other options. Things we can do about your... No, that's not it. Huh? I've tried to hate you so many times. So yes, there's more to it than just social status. But I can't do it. Did Mel's family kill her family? Is this like a well, obviously not the same, but is this like a Jojo Dio situation? Do they have beef? But I can't do it. I couldn't make myself do it. What do you mean? I had so many chances, but I couldn't do anything. She spoke in a stifled voice, as if every word had to fight to escape her lips. She appeared so fragile, so precarious looking down at him that it seemed as though if a gust of wind were to whisk through the room, it would blow her away completely. Her pale fingers were trembling, like she had tried to squeeze them again and failed. However, her hand did not pull away from his still slender neck. Her hand is so cold. He did not challenge her, but simply kept his eyes affixed on hers, as if carefully watching to see what she would do next. I'll say it as many times as I must. I love you, and I wouldn't be able to accept losing you without knowing anything. So please tell me the reason. I'll see to it that you're taken care of. These are the words of a man of means, Lord Mel, of someone blessed enough to have pity for others. You are a foolish young man. You know nothing. But the greatest fool of all is myself. If you agree to punish me, I will talk. Mel is like, this is fucking weird, but okay. Tell me. Her long white hair and his soft flaxen hair touched. For just the briefest of moments, it appeared in the darkness as though they had fused together. The white-haired girl, having finally gathered the courage, began to slowly tell her tale. On the night of the storm, I paid a visit to Rose Manor, this mansion. My father and I were always on the move, traveling across the land by foot, so it was only recently that we had heard rumors of Rose Manor. There are several reasons we couldn't stay in one place. First is my unusual appearance. People often find the color of my skin or eyes disconcerting. So after living in one place for long enough, unsettling rumors would begin to spread, forcing us to leave. Yo, that girl has white hair. We need to kill her right now.
Yeah, apparently.
Another reason was my father's line of work. He painted pictures for a living. What a freak. But he had trouble finding a patron, so he had to work day to day. In my mind, I read that as Patron. I read that he couldn't find enough liquor. When he was no longer able to find work in a city, we would move. We were birds that migrated without a flock. When we arrived at this town, my father was exhausted and weak. That is when we learned of Rose Manor and the family who dwelled within it. Rhodes is a name my father could never forget. He was long ago a painter in service of the Rhodes family. Is that painting in Nellie's room? Was that by her father? Question mark, exclamation point. Hold on. Your father was an artist here. Yes. It was before I was born, so you probably don't remember, Lord Mal. So, you knew about us before you came here. For as long as I could remember, I've known the name Rhodes. My father was chased from your house, just because they didn't like something he had painted. Having failed the Rhodes family, no one else would become his patron. I was right, there is generational beef. Just as a good reputation spreads, so too does a bad one. Branded once as a failure, no one will take you in ever again. You nobles throw your parties and spread your gossip about this painter or that sculptor. The rose you tried to give me is an example of that. It was certainly crafted with skill, but the jeweler is only known because some aristocrat spoke highly of him. My father's paintings were no less skillful. His was a talent that could not be easily imitated, but no one was willing to separate the art from the artist. The Rhodes family stole everything from my father. But even thrown out onto the streets, his only skill was painting. That was all he could do to earn a living. What little money we had for food, he gave to me. He did anything he could to ensure my survival, even at the expense of his own well-being. My father passed away in this town. Up until his last breath, he was only ever concerned about me. He held me in his arms and ran his fingers through my hair, an apologetic look on his face. If I had a normal appearance, I'm sure life would have been much easier. He was always telling me how sorry he was for making life so hard, even though it's not his fault I look like this. I disdained the Rhodes family for putting my father through such hardship. I imagined you were still living in decadence, acting as though nothing had ever happened. No, you wouldn't ever care about the fate of one simple painter. Our lives meant nothing to you, and so I sought to bring misfortune upon you. And that's why you tried to kill me. In truth, I had wanted to take the master's life, but your father spends so much time outside the mansion, and so... You're right. If they lost me, it would put my father in a very difficult position. That is the whole of my tale. You now know about my father, and how I feel about you. Having told you the blackness in my heart, I cannot go on living like nothing has changed. Please give me punishment. Why would you have me put the one I love through any more misery? I am not fit for your affection. Not only because I am not aristocratic, but because every time I spoke with you, I did so holding this darkness in my heart. Does that not unnerve you? In the end, it was my family's actions that caused you so much suffering. But that your father was still alive, perhaps I could have done something. I'm sorry. Mel's kind of cool.
I like how up until now he's had no riz, but as soon as his life is in danger, he is like the smoothest guy possible.
He has locked in.
Yeah.
He is. By the way, that monologue made my right arm go numb. I think I'm losing breath. Let me take a couple of sips real quick.
You're just getting into character.
It was, yeah. I gotta drain blood. Where's my cat? My Penny is looking at me from behind me on the bed. She's like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
What just happened?
And besides, you hesitated. You didn't actually kill me. What am I even to punish you for? As you said, you had countless opportunities, but you could not bring yourself to do it. Tell me, why couldn't you kill me? Because If it's because I've given you enough reason to have even the slightest bit of interest in me. Nothing was as I envisioned it. What? I assumed the residents of Rose Manor would be cold, people who believed that wealth and rank mattered above all, but on the night of the storm, the mistress was the first one to extend her hand to me. I arrived at the mansion disguised as a beggar. Actually, disguised is not the right word, as many nights I only survived on the generosity of others. The mistress did not send me away when she saw me. Quite the opposite. She took me in as a servant. So that was Mother's doing. I could scarcely believe she would invite a stranger into her home, that she would treat a stranger with such compassion. I thought perhaps she knew who my father was, but I had never met any of you before, so she must simply be that kind-hearted a woman. And the mistress continued to treat me with kindness, despite my disquieting appearance and the darkness in my heart. In time, I began to grow less and less sure of myself. Was what I meant to do truly right? Were the things I felt truly justified? But it was a certain fact that my father was here and that he had been chased out, so I decided I should take your life, to put an end to everything before I wavered any further. And then, you were too kind to me. It's all your fault. Because you laugh with such affection, because you give me smiles like that, because you say the things you say, I'm sorry. No, don't apologize. I'm so happy to hear that. Despite, the unusual circumstances. Please, don't say you want to leave. Don't ask me to punish you. I couldn't do anything for your father, but at least allow me to do something for the daughter he cared for so deeply. You are far too kind-hearted. I'll be happier with you around. You can become a real aristocrat. Huh? There are families that would be willing to adopt you, especially knowing it would bring them ties to the Rhodes family in the near future. Are you saying... As long as you're okay with that, of course. I don't understand how you could how you could possibly say that. I have my hand around your neck even as we speak. It seems reasonable enough to me. I'm desperately looking for some way to not have to lose you. Marry... Hang on. I'd get adopted to a noble family, marry my sister in an arranged marriage, and that way you can stay around. I couldn't. I don't know any etiquette or social customs. How could I? You could learn all of that. You're pretty and naturally graceful. You'll do just fine. You are such an aristocrat, Lord Mel. What? The way you can come up with compliments so easily. Only for you. Melly says my poetry has as much charm as a dissertation. I don't understand theater. It puts me to sleep. You laughed? Thank goodness. Keep smiling. You don't have to stop. A smile on your face is a smile on mine. No matter how deep the darkness has taken root in your heart, it can always be removed. I believe people are capable of forging their own futures. What do you say we go to the theater sometime? I promise I won't sleep through it. At the private theater, we can get seats at the far end of the second floor so we don't have to stand. They would be pretty lavish seats, and would give you a chance to experience the noble life. But please don't be shy. I can have clothes prepared for you. I'll ask one of the maids who can keep a secret. Say, the one with the black hair, narration text box. Are you talking about me? She kind of scares me, though. I don't know what I am supposed to say. How could you show such compassion for me? I tried to inflict harm upon you. Am I allowed to feel such joy? For every day you've suffered, a day of happiness. That's how it has to be. So stand by my side. He softly whispered the girl's name. For several long moments, her lips trembled in trepidation, but in time, she squeezed them together and made a smile. He wrapped his arms around her unbelievably slender, frail frame, holding her tight in an affectionate embrace. Her name is Fata Morgana. Mel approached me the next day. He explained to me the course of events, then asked me to dress her up more beautifully than any other noble girl has ever been. She was already a very pretty girl, so even without much effort on my part, simply putting her in a dress, she radiated beauty. I was quite partial to her smile, so I agreed to help, thinking that if it would lead to their happiness, I could not ask for anything more. I never anticipated what would happen next, though. Let me take a small water break.
Okay.
Oh my god. My hand is shaking so much I can't fucking click the text box.
You just like kin shifted into the white-haired girl.
Did I? Was
You're shaking, just like her.
Ah. It doesn't help that both of their voices are hard for me to do. Both of their voices physically drain me. I took a too big a gulp of water. I got scared. I was gonna drown on stream. What did you think at this point in the game? What were you like, oh, when's the other shoe gonna drop?
I don't know. I mean, I was always ready for scary things to happen. I think I did this whole door in like one day.
I mean, there's probably only what an hour left?
Yeah, we are in like the end of it, kinda.
Oh fuck! What?
Yes, this is definitely like within the last hour.
Oh my god, we're in Act 3 right now?
Yeah.
Perhaps my hopes were unreasonable after all. Oh, is it gonna be like, oh, look at door 2 to find out what happened? Huh?
The cliffhanger.
Oh, the theater? Oh, we're probably gonna get new sprites for the white-haired girl, aren't we? Who the fuck is Arthur?
She talked about him last time. He was at the party, and she was like, "Oh, I hate that guy."
Oh. No, Nelly. You love the theater, so don't look so cross. Huh. Nelly was out with a man other than her brother that evening. A rare sight indeed. And she was quite clearly in a foul mood. I will not stand for this. That I should have to marry a man as disagreeable as Arthur? It's unthinkable. The young man at her side was Nelly's fiancé, selected by her parents. On any other occasion, she would have snubbed an invitation from any man who was not Mel, but she had little say in this matter. She was, for lack of a better word, forced to go out with him. And oh, how furiously she had fought against it. See, here's the weird thing. At this point, I don't know which sibling is more important. I don't know if Mel is going to be our viewpoint going forward, if Nelly is, or if they're both fucked. I have no idea.
That's Morgana's trick.
She had shoved aside the Abigail trying to fasten her corset, locked herself in her room, and sobbed for quite some time. It required the combined efforts of several of us to get her ready and out the door for her date. Come now, you should at least pretend you're enjoying yourself, or do you want people to think we don't get along? Do we get along? Well, I want to, for what it's worth. What it's worth to you is my name, not me. Are you really gonna be like that? I went out of my way to take you to your favorite play. The least you could do is be a little kinder to me. What was it called again? Romeo and Juliet? It's been running for 6 or 7 years now. Oh! Oh, I don't think we had a time frame, did we? Wait.
We did. When we started the door, it gave us a year.
Oh. So, wait, Shaky P is alive right now?
I guess.
Is he in this game? Is that door,
You see him in door 5.
A family like yours or mine could pay to have a brand new script written. I'm going to commission Hamlet. So why should we have to see an old play in a theater full of commoners? It may be private, but even so, I would rather just have a show put on at my estate. Stop talking already. You should kill yourself now. Why should I? Why should I have to marry someone like you? I have absolutely no desire to marry you. Whatever it takes, I will put a stop to this. I'll talk to Father as many times as I must. Please don't make such a scene. It's shameful. There are people around. Remember, you represent your family. Besides, our families are hardly strangers to one another. Try as you might, I doubt you can get rid of me. No matter what you say, you can't break this engagement. You don't. Your parents gave you too much freedom, and look what a spoiled little girl you became because of it. Goodness, you're gonna be quite the handful. Oh, get off your high horse. No, you're the one. No, you! What on a high horse, Nelly? You are going to be my wife. You could at least put some effort into liking me. Huh? What happens when I take you to a social engagement and you act like this? It's shameful to the both of us. This coming from someone who used to call me Lady Nelly? What's your problem? Nelly is slowly turning into Sonic the Hedgehog in my voice. When you choose to act like a lady, I'll gladly call you that again. Goodness gracious. Put yourself in my shoes for a second. I have to marry a bratty little girl because it will help my family. How dare you talk about me that way? You're not a damned princess. Open your eyes. If you think talking to your father will get you out of this marriage, you're welcome to try. I doubt he'll have it, though. Otherwise, you could just go complain about... I thought... My mic is covering up part of the screen. I straight up thought he was saying otherwise you can just go complain about it on the internet. I thought this was about to be like, oh shit, we've leapt forward. Oh, that's right. As far as I'm aware, you don't have any friends. Enough. As you wish. This is so frustrating. Why should I have to listen to this jerk mock me? I have Mel. I know, if Father won't listen to me, I'll ask Mel to talk to him. Mel will be able to convince him. Come on now, your favorite play is about to start. Maybe you should face forward. Enjoy it while it lasts. You won't be talking down to me much longer. Wait, I had an awful feeling.
Yeah?
Is Nelly and Mel going... What was that soundbite? Am I crazy or did the music just roar at me?
I don't think so. I didn't hear it.
Might have been my cat. Okay. I'm locked in. I think Nelly and Mel are gonna compare plans, and Mel is gonna be like, "Oh, we can have a noble family adopt her," and then Nelly's like, "Okay, yeah," and then is gonna marry Arthur with the white-haired woman, and Mel is like, "Dude, are you fucking kidding me?" Is that? Wait, Nelly! Get back here. What is that damn child's problem? I didn't give her permission to leave. Father will be sure to hear about this. I cannot have the roads making any more of a fool of me. You're fine, don't be shy. They're gonna show us a sprite and it's gonna look uglier. Oh no, she actually looks really good.
Yeah.
But so many people are looking at me. That's because you're gorgeous. No, it's because I look strange. I assure you that's not the case. It is true you have an unusual appearance, but right now the unique color of your hair, your skin, and your eyes all serve to accentuate your beauty. You sound like a prince, Lord Mal. Well, you think so? I mean, I did say I'd be a stand-in prince for you, but I think you're a wonderful prince, not just a stand-in, and I'm glad your little sister isn't here to spoil this night. Which makes you my princess, then. I don't. She doesn't like that. Oh, you're supposed to say, yes, I am there. You're going to make me sad. I'm going to cry. I I guess I'll just have to keep working at it until you submit. What is wrong with him? He's a freak.
Weirdo.
Mel is such a weird kid. Oh, she likes that? Their relationship is built on like a foundation of like mutual like choking. This is like this is a weird foundation. Oh hey, the play's about to start. What am I supposed to be doing? Nothing in particular. Just sit back and enjoy the show. Oh, but there is one thing. Yes? If I start dozing off, could you maybe wake me up? Ha ha ha. Ah, she saw the sister. What? Dearest Mel, what is this skank you brought? Nelly. Dearest Mel, what are you doing here? I asked her to join me. It's nothing to get worked up over. Okay, now looking at it in like this lighting and this background, that hair really do be flaxen.
Yeah.
It is. It absolutely is. How many times did I ask you to come with me and you wouldn't? You don't even like theater, dearest Mel, and you brought her. You're right. I am not especially fond of plays, but I wanted her to be able to see one. Why are you making such a big deal out of this, Nelly? Fuck off. Oh my god. She's not suitable for you. What? She isn't good enough for you. Oh my god, they're both... They really are siblings.
Yeah.
Why would you choose her? She's creepy, and you have no idea where she came from. Don't talk about her like that, Nelly. What? You don't even know who her family is. I do. What? Lord Mel. It's fine, you just stay quiet. Like that other maid, she comes from a respectable house. I looked into it. However, circumstances prevent me from telling you what house that is. No, you're lying. That can't be. She doesn't act like a lady. She lacks etiquette and she probably can't even dance. You expect me to believe someone like her is from a good house? Enough already, Nelly. Oh, new sprite? Yelling sprite? Bro, you're covered up by leaves.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought she was doing the sweet bro and hella Jeff mouth. Nell yelled at me. You have my word. You don't have to worry about her. So please, stay out of this, Nelly. It isn't any of your business if I spend time with her, is it? But dearest Mel... You need to stop hanging all over me, Nelly, and find someone for... Wait. What are you doing at the theater? Are you here alone? Ah! Oh yes, dearest Mel, about that. I have a favor to ask of you. I've been waiting to talk to you about this since yesterday, but I haven't seen you at all. Settle down, Nelly. What is it? Father had me engaged without consulting me. And he picked Arthur, that disagreeable little... Oh, right, that. I already know. What? I heard it from Father. That reminds me, you didn't show up for breakfast this morning. I see now. It was because of your engagement. Dearest Mel, is that who you're here with today? In that case, you should get back to him rather than waste any more time with us. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
You knew I didn't want to get married, Mel, so why? Why didn't you talk Father out of it? Because it's your time, Nelly. If there's someone else you'd rather be with, then, well, you can try persuading Father, but... You're the only prince for me, dearest Mel. And a prince always grants his princess's wishes. Doesn't he? I just want you to say you'll do that for me, dearest Mel. Lady Nellie. You stay out of this. It's all your fault. It's all because you showed up and played your little tricks on him. Oh my god. I warned you about this rat, dearest Mel. She is not suitable for... I told you I'd had enough already. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Maybe it was just a dialogue punctuation sound effect. Maybe.
During this scene, like, the opening monologue of the play is playing.
The players are looking up and just like, what the fuck? How much longer are you going to continue acting like a child? I can deal with you being a spoiled little girl, but how dare you be so derisive to someone else? Mel, hit me. Lord Mel. Go on. The show is about to start. People are giving us dirty looks. Return to your betrothed now. I will apologize to him afterwards as well. You said you would always be by my side. That you would always be my prince. The time for make-believe is past, Nellie. No! I refuse to believe it. I will not have it. Nellie! My goodness, that girl. Are you not going to go after her, Lord Mel? No, just let her go. The only place she even has to go is home. I just wish she'd start acting a little more like an adult. I have two predictions.
Okay.
Either Nellie kills herself, or Nellie is like, oh, Father, the white-haired girl, the servant girl, she stole. You should execute her right now. Those are my two predictions.
Okay.
I don't think anything else happens. I think someone dies here. Either dies or like gets exiled, but I think Nellie's either gonna do a gamer move to herself or to her. I imagine Lady Nellie simply... She what? No, it just wasn't my intention to get between you. See, okay. Because Mel shouldn't have done that, right? He really shouldn't have done that. Like, I kinda get it. He's a kid. He's a kid.
Yeah, these are all just kids at the end of the day.
He's a kid and he's in love. Don't blame
I
yourself.
think, like, if any of these three characters acted a little different, a little smarter, if they were a little older, like, nothing following this would happen.
You say if any of these...
like, a happy ending.
You say any of these three characters, I don't think the silver-haired girl has done anything wrong.
Well, I imagine if she had the confidence to, like, speak up and say, like, hey, you should not have done that. This is why I didn't like nobles, because you guys suck. And then she went after Nellie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would be a very different story if that happened.
That would be the pacifist route.
She could very easily, like, spurn Mel into going and apologizing. But she does not have the confidence for it.
She's passive Victorian woman right now.
Yes.
But you two are so close. Well, yeah, we're siblings, so we're close, but nothing more. Damn.
It's clear that she wants him to go to her, but she can't find the words.
By the way, perfect timing. I'm gonna use the bathroom right now.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Have fun.
I'm going to have
Be safe.
I'm going to be safe. I'm gonna have to remember to cut this out of the video.
Okay.
I'm going to forget to edit this out. I'm going to forget to edit this out, and this is going to be in the video 10 minutes.
That's okay. Don't worry. I took control of the stream and I played Neopet.
Just insert one screen cap of Neopets in the middle of this shit.
Yeah.
But she's my sister, nothing more. Anyways, sorry for making such a scene. No, I think maybe my hand was shaking and I was dying and screaming and crying during those scenes because I had to take a piss badly. I imagine she left her betrothed behind without saying anything, so I'm going to go apologize to him. We have to keep up appearances. Bad thing to say to her specifically.
Yeah.
Stay here, I'll be right back. Very well. She's like, oh fuck.
I don't think she enjoyed this play.
No, she fucking...
First time she sees a play, she's like, oh, this is the worst day of my life.
She hates Romeo and Juliet. Master, what are your thoughts on the tale so far? Please let me type. Which of the siblings do you think was in the right, Master? The brother or the sister? Oh my, I apologize for the abrupt question. Save.
Just gonna bring up a choice, and then it determines your ending.
Did I startle you? What do I think? Yes, I believe Mel was probably right. He was also surely happier than her. As Mel had anticipated, Nellie fled from the theater, leaving her fiancé behind. She forced her way into a carriage stopped outside, probably one called for a different nobleman, and ordered it to take her home. Mel's assumption was correct. The only place she had to return to was the mansion. The sun was beginning to set, and as a young lady, she could not simply go wandering through town alone. Nor did she have any acquaintances to take her in. Her world was, in essence, comprised of two elements, her brother and the Rose Garden. They were the light of her life at Rose Manor. She lived a very isolated existence. When she escaped back home, Nellie went straight to her room, locked the door, and began sobbing. The waves of her sorrow came crashing effortlessly over the leaves. The levees, that's not the leaves. Tears streamed through the cracked walls of the dams blocking her tear ducts. Why? Why won't you help me, Mel? Why won't you take my side? The decor in her room appeared blurry through her damp eyes. Memories of the day she had it redecorated played back in her mind with crystal clarity. She told me she had no feelings for you. That liar! That liar! She let her emotions run wild, breaking glass craftwork, silver plates designed by famous foreign artisans, flower vases, all sorts of things. It was as though a beast had been set loose in her bedchamber. The vase she tossed shattered against a painting. Oh fuck, that's a painting that her dad fucking painted, isn't it? Spraying water, porcelain, and roses in every direction. It was the portrait she adored so dearly of her and her brother. And in what appeared to her like a metaphor for her life, the frame fell off its mounting and came crashing to the floor. I like this isn't the narration being on the nose. This is the maid specifically.
Yeah.
Maid's like, you catch the metaphor, Master? You see that shit? See how I weave that shit in? Nellie darted over and scooped it up. The frame had broken, but the painting inside was unharmed. The two smiling children were still the very image of happiness, inseparable siblings gently holding one another's hand. My prince is no more. Though in her present state of mind, the image of happiness brought her nothing but misery. And the worse she felt, the more frustrated she grew at the smiling girl and kind boy of her past. The princess is no more either. You're not a princess anymore, Nellie. Some other woman has taken your place. I trusted you, Mel. I believed you would always be there for me. This painting is nothing but a lie. That's not the real Mel. That's not the real me. It's all a big fat lie. A lie. I wish this painting never existed. That it was never made. That I never had a brother. This painting. Oh, that's not good. In a fit of emotional distress, she scratched feverishly at the painting she once considered precious. She put more force into her fingers than she, or perhaps anyone, might have imagined she could. Flakes of paint began falling off the canvas, and in time she noticed something peculiar. Huh? What is this writing? Something's hidden beneath the paint? Just a little more. A date? Why would that be hidden? What could it be for? Completed May 1587. 1587? She read aloud the faded, scratched-up handwriting. After staring blankly at the text for some time, the color in her face began to drain. What is this? How could this have been painted 16 years ago? What? I wasn't even born yet then, and Mel would have just been a baby. Is this not me? Is this not Mel? There's still more writing. Are we doing the time loop shit? Is this going to be fucking... Is this gonna be 100-line Last Defense Academy? Urged on by her rapidly pounding heart, Nellie furiously scratched away at the painting. Even as her clean pink fingernails were soiled with fragments of paint and blood, she did not stop. She was so overwhelmed by trepidation that she could not stop. She had a horrible premonition that something was about to happen, something indescribable, incomprehensible. How I envision your son and our unborn daughter might look several years from now. Your son and our unborn daughter. So this was a painting of the future. An unborn daughter. Is this supposed to be the white-haired woman? Wait. Your son, meaning Mel, meaning the masters, and our unborn daughter, meaning the painters, meaning the white-haired girl. Nellie, I'm so sorry, that's not you. They got the hair color wrong, though. They couldn't have predicted that shit. No, use your head, stupid. I'm only 14. 16 years ago, I've not even been inside Mother. But then who is this? Who is that holding Mel's hand? Who is that with my brother? More. Dude. Imagine you're Nellie and this fucking random girl has taken your brother's affections, and then even the painting of the two of you, you're like, oh, that was supposed to be her all along. Dude, that's so depressing. That is awful.
Of all the characters in this game, I feel for Nellie the most.
Ow.
She did not deserve anything that happened to her.
Found it. There's more writing. I have to know what this is. Calm down, Nellie. It's nothing to get worked up over. I'm sure it's nothing. Calm down and read. There's nothing to worry about. If our unborn child... This is what the writing on the painting said. If our unborn child does not have your hair color, then you will probably not be able to take her in as your own. I will be punished and my life made miserable. What? If our unborn child does not have your hair color, then you'll... Wait, what? Wait, okay, I could be off base. I was thinking that this painting was from the painter to the master. But no. Wait. Is that why she's so... Wait. The painter wrote this to the mother, and they had an affair, and they produced the white hair girl. And because it didn't have the hair color, the flaxen hair color, they had to give the child to the painter. And that's why the mistress is so fucking nice to her, because it's her daughter. There is incest all along?
Uh-oh.
Wait, and so I pray that this child might have flaxen hair. Though it is a sin to wish she has in her a trace of me, I do hope it is a girl. What am I reading? I don't get it. Someone tell me, what does this mean? She's so real.
She's so real.
A painting from 16 years ago? Hair color, sin. I do hope it is a girl. Dearest Mel, don't date that girl. She's related to you. Nelly, your tricks are getting old. Yes? It's Nelly. Let me in. Lady Nelly. Oh, you've changed out of your dress. It's a shame. It looked nice on you. Hehehe. It really did look so nice. Almost like you were a princess. Lady Nelly. Say, I've got a question for you. Do you mind? By all means. What color hair did your father have? I beg your pardon. Did you not hear me? Should I repeat the question? No. I assumed it would be about Lord Mel. I am just so curious about where you got that white color from. My father was more tan than white, so I didn't inherit my paleness from anyone. I asked about your father's hair color. Why would you want to? There's no reason you can't tell me, is there? My father, had white hair. But that was simply because he was an older man. I do not think he was born with... Lady Nelly. Hey, guess what? I figured it out. I figured it all out. And it was so simple. There's only one difference between you and me. The thing that Mel fell for is... Uh-oh, is she gonna fucking cut her hair off? Why do you have those? No, stay back. Oh my god. Is Nelly okay?
I'm sure it's fine.
When does... Umineko has a fighting game. When does this fighting game come out and she has scissors?
Oh my god, I wish.
So we have finally reached this point in the tale, Master. If your memory has been refreshed, then we can return to the mansion immediately. No, we can't. Very well, then. If you insist, Master, we shall proceed with the story. Did the game change?
She said that to you.
Did the game
She heard you.
Did the game change? Is this personalized?
The game changes depending on how you respond. It picks up on your microphone.
It was a stormy night, much like the first one that the white-haired girl had first arrived on. It was quiet as a crypt in the mansion, not a single light visible in the halls. What a fucking... Wait. What a fucking subversion. That the incest you think is gonna happen is not the incest you end up with. What a fucking loop around. The darkness is, generally speaking, something that rushes by like a gust of wind as we sleep. The flaxen-haired young man too lay in bed, pale blue moonlight sporadically streaming through the gaps in his drawn velvet curtains as he attempted to submit to slumber. He was having difficulty drifting off, but as time trickled onward, he drew closer and closer to the arms of Morpheus. My dumbass forgot that was a god. I thought it was the Matrix. Suddenly, he sensed a presence in the room, much like the one from those nights some week earlier. Is someone there? Answer me. A slender, feminine finger pressed gently against his lips. There was no hostility in the motion, but rather a great deal of affection. You're... The silhouette faintly visible in the dark room was the same as that night. There's no way that Nellie is wearing a wig. A flash of lightning shone through the drawn curtains, illuminating her beautiful white hair. Several silky locks spilled over her shoulders and brushed against Mel's cheeks. A couple soft puffs of air tickled his face as though she were silently laughing. He assumed her finger, held against his lips, was her way of telling him to stay quiet. She began to slowly, delicately trace the outline of his mouth. I have a bad feeling about this, moving down his cheek and along his jawline as if over porcelain. You're, rather more forward than I remember. Well, I suppose you were always quite daring. This isn't the first time you've sneaked into my bedchamber. Bad thing to say if that's Nellie. The boy said in an attempt to conceal his surprise. Do you remember the night she came to exact revenge on him for her father? Indeed, she had proven herself to be a rather bold girl once already. It's dark. I can't see you very well. Why don't I light a lamp, or perhaps we could open the... Before he could finish, the white-haired girl sealed his lips with her own. Uh-oh. In the near total darkness of his bedchamber, the two shadows appeared as one. This is bad. They remained that way for several minutes. Their kiss was innocent, no more than the pressing together of two pairs of lips. Bro is kissing his sister no matter which girl this is. Irregardless. And at the same time, the white-haired girl lovingly ran her fingertips across his skin. When their lips separated, Mel gasped for air. It seemed he had been holding his breath. Slightly embarrassed at himself, he said, Oh no. Oh no, come on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know there were jump scares in this game.
It's a horror game. It's scary.
Could not speak. The silhouette hanging above him was certainly the white-haired girl's. Or was it? Because his next words were, Get off me! He reflexively shoved the girl, straddling him aside. She rolled off the bed, landing on the cold floor, but slowly, gradually, she crawled her way back towards him. That wasn't very nice. Veiled in darkness, she slowly lifted her head, and then there was another flash of lightning. The heavy fabric of the curtains rustled, bolts of light streaming between the gaps. Oh my god. Her flaxen irises glimmered. What did you say? Nellie didn't deserve any of this. She's fucked up.
She didn't. I don't think she deserved this.
Oh my god.
If, like, any part of her life would have been different, this would not have happened. I firmly believe that. If she had, like, friends her age, if her brother was more supportive, if she had, like, any woman to talk to.
That's a lot of hair. Did she fucking scalp her? In the bluish-white light, they took on a twinge of almost golden glow. They didn't have shit to do in the Victorian era. No need to be so rough. This isn't the first time she's visited your bedchamber, is it, Mel? Or did I not kiss you the same way? Tell me, how does she run her fingers across your skin? What does she do when she nuzzles up to you? Stop! Stop this madness, Nellie. Why would you do this? Because you like white hair, don't you, Mel? You like white hair, which is why you fell for her, isn't it? So if I have white hair, then you'll fall for me, too. Then I can be your princess again, dearest Mel. What are you even talking about? That's a true moment. He could not escape from her, from his sister's piercing gaze. Why? What happened? How could she? Questions crashed into the young man's mind like waves in a stormy sea. But none of them found answers. They simply caused him further perplexity. Your hair. What happened to your hair? How did you get it that color? Oh, this? Oh, fuck. Oh my god. You like my wig? But as soon as the words left her mouth, Mel was in motion, propelled by pure instinct. He clenched Nellie's shoulders tight enough to dig his fingers into her flesh. You're hurting me, Mel. What did you do to her? Tell me, what did you do? I made her leave. It was a perfectly reasonable decision. She was obviously not nobility and thus hardly fit to be a part of this household. But there's no need to worry, Mel. I'm here to take her place. You sound like a mad woman. It doesn't matter if she was of noble blood or not. She promised she would stay by my side. So why? How could you do that to her? I promised you that long before she ever did. And I love you far more than she did, Mel. Have you lost your mind? You're not making any sense. Where is she now? What is she doing? It's always her with you. What more could you want from me? Tell me, what does she have that I don't? What do I have to do to get you to focus on me and only me? We're siblings. Don't you understand what you're doing? Oh, I understand it quite well. Far better than you do, dearest Mel. What'd she mean by that? That's not good. I even know that a former queen was executed for it. But if we don't get caught, there's no problem. Nellie, are you saying you've always felt this way about me? Oh my, you didn't notice, dearest Mel. You truly are a dense one. I guess romance just isn't your strong suit. But you've noticed now, haven't you? You know exactly how I feel about you, right? Quit it. Enough, don't say anything else. Stop having these insane feelings for me. It's disgusting. What are you laughing about? Dude, the maid is watching this, being like, whoa. Poor Mel, content in your complete ignorance. Alright, I'll tell you everything. Mel, you can only love blood-related women. Aw, I would also say, huh, this opportunity.
Me too, bro.
His cackling sister appeared to him like some kind of inhuman life form. Her actions and incomprehensible exclamations slowly drained him of his strength. What kind of deranged nonsense is that? I love her. She's your sister, Mel. Very funny. How far out of your mind have you gone, Nellie? Poor Mel. Do you honestly know nothing? Say that her father was a painter? What of it? For a time, her father painted for our family. That's why he was disgraced because of the affair, not because of a bad painting. You've seen the picture before, dearest Mel. The one hanging in my room of the two of us. That was painted by her father. He did a good job, didn't he? I kept asking and asking until you finally agreed to hold my hand. And how did you feel about that? You were rather embarrassed, weren't you? Do you remember that day Dearest Mel, you couldn't possibly remember it, but there's a chance you might remember this. Before we moved to the mansion, we had a painter with white hair. I don't remember any such thing. But that painter did something very, very bad, and because of that, he couldn't remain a part of our household. Do you know what he did, Mel? He lay with Mother. If the child had been born with flaxen hair, then the painter would not have been thrown out. The baby would have been accepted as part of the family. But that wasn't how it turned out. The child had white hair. She didn't look at all like she carried the Rhodes family blood. But see, Mother had me. That I'm here is all the proof you need. The girl born 16 years ago didn't have flaxen hair. The fucking music, bro?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking total nonsense. But what proof do you have? If you want to see it, I'll gladly show you. The artist left a message in the painting in my room. Tell me, am I truly wrong? What did that girl tell you? You're lying. What part of it is a lie, Mel? Everything I'm telling you is the truth. Why don't you go ask Mother? I'm sure she would throw quite the fit. Mother wouldn't. Bro. It never made sense to me. Why would she hire a maid she knew nothing about, someone who just showed up at the door one day? And when I asked Mother to make her my maid, she stubbornly refused. From a good house? Don't make me laugh. If she were really nobility, she would have given us her name. But Mother was so desperate to cover up her mistake. That doesn't make any sense. I don't believe a word you're saying. It couldn't possibly be true. Wouldn't it be nicer if you could bury your head in the sand? But Mel, feigning ignorance is a sin. No, I refuse to believe it. Not a chance in hell. You just don't understand anything. How I feel, how much I've suffered. Do you have any idea how long I've loved you? Knowing that you would never accept my affection? But then fancy that? You fell in love with your half-sister. Then I should qualify for your love too. Shouldn't I, Mel? This girl needs to be taken out. This girl, some people don't need to exist anymore, bro. This is bad. Stop it. Enough. Shut your mouth. Not another word. I don't believe any of this. Mel's having a bad week. Mel. I know you'll never love me. I know there's nowhere for me to run. Say, when we were kids, was that really me? Was I really by your side, Mel? If that painting tells the whole truth, I was never once did I get to be your princess. Not even once. Bro, that priest knew. That priest was like, bro, get the fuck out of there. Dearest Mel, everyone just loves to dote on me. They're always telling me how pretty I am. Mother does, Father does, and all the maids do it too. I can do anything I want. So for me, acting like a spoiled child is the only form of rebellion I have. I don't have the kind of freedom you do, Mel. I'm just a doll for the family to play with. When I have visitors, it's only ever for show. So it's not my fault that I don't have friends, dearest Mel. You're the only one who's ever cared about me more than anything in the world. Dearest Mel. I always knew how I would react if you fell in love. I would cry my eyes out. I would envy her to death. I would get angry as a bull. But eventually, I would have given up. I knew I could never have it my way after all. My feelings would never bear fruit. So why did she have to be your sister? Tell me, why? Oh, dearest Mel, here you are again reading such hard books. I forgot what these sprites looked like. Your eyes will go bad if you spend too long staring at pages. I'll be fine, Nellie. It's not like I'm reading 24 hours a day. What is this fucking Caribbean music? No, that's not good enough. If your eyes go bad, dearest Mel, you won't be able to see me anymore. You worry too much. I can see you fine and well, my princess. Your hair glimmering like the sun and your beautiful smile. I can see you clear as day, and that'll never change. Plus, the skies are clear today, so you're even more radiant than usual. You know, this is my favorite season. Winter's cold and there's so much rain. I can't stand it. But as it gets closer to my birthday, the clouds go away. And I just adore the sun. Ah, yes, it is almost your birthday, isn't it? Have you decided what you're going to ask Father for? Not yet. I want pretty dolls and shoes with sparkling gems. And I also want a pretty dress like the ones Mother wears. A list that long is asking a bit much even for Father. But dearest Mel... I already have what I want the most. So the truth is, as long as I have that, I don't need anything else. Oh? And what would that be? The hairpin they bought for you the other day? Or maybe the song they had written for you last year? None of that, dearest Mel. Huh. Then what could it be? Now I'm really curious. What is it that's so valuable to you? That's a secret. Girls have so many secrets, I just don't know what to do.
True.
Are you stupid? Say, dearest Mel, would you run your fingers through my hair? Just for a little bit. What's gotten into you, Nellie? Oh no. Why are you so hungry for attention all of a sudden? Please, dearest Mel. Oh, Nellie, what am I going to do with you? Come over here. And I want to sit on your lap. Yes, yes, as you wish, my beautiful, beautiful little princess. Say, dearest Mel? What is it this time, Nellie? Right now, I'm so incredibly that I'm gonna hit spacebar and it's gonna cut to her fucking slashing the girl in white's throat. Happy. Oh, and out of curiosity, who was it that you really cared so much about? Is she okay?
I'm sure she's fine.
In a fevered frenzy, Mel fled from the mansion. Me too. I would also do that. Even in early summer, the night was cold. And to make matters worse, raindrops pelted him from head to toe. But that caused him little discomfort, for a far greater maelstrom of pain rampaged within his breast. At night, the town took on a different appearance. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are there vampires? I'm starting to think there's not vampires. Not simply for lack of illumination, but the people active within it as well. It was not a suitable place for a young aristocratic man to go wandering unattended. The darkness is not only the abode of devils, but of beggars, thieves, criminals, and all manners of things undesirable. But despite that, he continued to run, knowing not where he was to head. He simply went where his feet took him, and where he arrived was the church. Father! Father! God should be able to offer me counsel. Me too. I would also start praying. To answer all my questions. About that painting, about her, about Nellie's feelings. Not her lies, but the truth. Please open the door. Open the door! But as you might expect, the door was locked and the priest showed no sign of responding to his calls. The sound of the pouring rain drowned out everything else. His head drooped feebly. He looked like a helpless little calf who had wandered alone onto a dark, precarious mountain path with no end in sight. Why won't anyone tell me the truth? All I want is for someone to tell me it's not true. Have I sinned? No, I didn't know anything. I didn't know. No, none of it's true. So I haven't done anything wrong. I am not at fault, am I? Nevertheless, his sister's claims and her laughs continued to echo within his head. If he truly believed it to be false, he would have gone to look at the painting. That he could not was an indication that uncertainty had a stronger grip on him. Fragmented images of white-haired painter fluttered through the black of his mind, but he desperately shoved them aside. What good is the church? What good is theology? What good is God? Something moved near the boy. It stood immediately behind him and grasped his light dressing gown. He had been so consumed in his own world that he had not noticed the person's presence until they were close enough to touch him. What? Who are you? Standing there was a beggar dressed in tattered rags. He's still begging at the church. The hooded beggar... Does this beggar have white hair? Tentatively extended his hand towards Mel, pleading for relief with sad, slender fingers. Were he a generous young man, Mel would have given the beggar something. Were he generous, of course. Lord, get your filthy hands off me. I don't have a damn thing to give you right now. Don't you dare touch me. Suddenly, the beggar's head turned upward. My eyes catch the beggar's. Oh! Her hood fell back, revealing a hairless head. Why? And a pair of red eyes gazing bitterly, though with a familiar, distinctive glimmer at Mel. Red eyes. She immediately covered her face and turned to run. It can't be. The beggar that's always been here was a... But you said yourself that they would not survive much longer. How could you be certain that she was the same beggar? Wait for me! Perhaps, as someone of such high social standing, all beggars appeared the same to you. Or perhaps you wanted to believe your meager generosity made a difference, that you did something of value. I will not say it is wrong to think so. Wait for me! I chase after the fleeing girl. Though I shout for her to stop, she continues to run. The rain is so heavy, I'm afraid I might lose her. I'm terrified. But I didn't do anything wrong, did I? I'm begging you, please stop. I just want to talk. She comes to a stop at a corner. Please do not go around this corner. It's you, isn't it? I am sorry. Why are you apologizing? What I said back there was terrible, and for that I am truly sorry. I didn't realize it was you. Please come back to me. If you're concerned about social status, I'll figure something out. And Nellie's getting married off soon enough. Oh, yes, Nellie. Nellie did some horrible things to you. She's lost her mind. She was talking nonsense, but don't worry, she'll be out of the picture soon enough. I'll make sure you're safe. Say something, please. Are you angry? You're angry, aren't you? I am not angry at you. I am not Did you know everything? Did you come to our house aware of everything? Did you? Tell me please, the priest isn't around and everything Nellie says is a lie. You're the only one who will tell me if it's not true. What are you? Our relationship. I don't understand what you're saying. I see. You don't know. You don't know. It's for the best. Nellie's the only one who knows, and she'll be gone before long. Everything will be alright. Dude, he's acting like she's gonna die.
Yeah.
Lord Mel. It's all... be alright. Let's go back. I'll make sure you're never put in danger again. I'm begging you, stay with me. My appearance is no longer suitable to stand at your side. You saw how unsightly I am back by the church, did you not? Hair can grow back. That's not a problem. Now I truly look the part of the hideous witch. But I am to blame. It was a sin for me to find happiness in your kindness. What are you talking about? My sin was falling in love with you. Not what happened to my father, nor how we had to spend our days. There's no sin in that. We have our whole lives ahead of us, don't we? With enough time, this whole tragic mess will be behind us. Things will only get better from here. I'll be your prince, like the one who took the girl to see the outside world. So please, give me your hand. Come to me. Don't leave me all alone. I need you by my side. Please. I extend my hand around the corner. I sense her hesitating behind the bend. I'm begging you. I can't see what's on the other side, but a vision of her reaching out to put her hand in mine wells up in my mind. But that story never had an ending. What? She doesn't take my hand. I doubt the girl ever wrote that letter. Did she make it up? She's not there when I turn the corner. Why? How did things end up like this? Where did I go wrong? Oh God. Get the fuck out of here. Your error was likely your kindness. Thoughtlessly, haphazardly spreading your generosity. But that generosity came from your own desire to avoid pain. For your own happiness. What should I have done? I can't take this. Everyone was happy. Nellie used to laugh and smile. She once meant the world to me. How did things end up like this? It's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. If you pretend like nothing happened, then perhaps they can go on spiraling in your head. But regardless, you must follow the path you tread. It is your path alone. The path you chose when in that moment you decided to run. Make the wrong choice in those moments and you shall find yourself on the road to ruin. It would have been better off not knowing. Better off in the dark. I just wanted those tranquil days to last. They were supposed to last forever. At some point your childhood must come to an end. And that ending may not be the one you anticipated. I can't stand the world. You yearn for a world that would treat you with kindness. What should I do? What should I have done? Someone please help me. You should return now. If you spend too long out here, you're liable to catch a cold. Now let us return to our own time.
You did it. You beat door 1.
Bad timing for a cheerful achievement. The crestfallen young man faded into the distance, and the decrepit double doors clacked shut. Through the shattered glass, you could see only the ruins of a garden, not a single rose growing within. You had evidently returned from the past. In the garden, weeds grew taller than people. You found it difficult to look at. A wolf howled in the distance. The children, the sea of roses, and the white-haired girl were nowhere to be found. You and the maid who called you Master were the only people present in the mansion. What happened to them next? Oh, Master, you would know better than I. Hehehe. My, you cannot remember? It seems this is quite serious, then. Worry not. My loyalty lies with you, Master. The mansion has witnessed more yet. Let us make our way to the second door. The Master's like, no, I don't want to look at the fucking doors. Your hand in hers, the maid guided you back through the kitchen and into the tea room. Her palms were still cold. You felt as though you were clenching ice. Master, do you wish to know the truth no matter what may be hidden within? Or if it's something you would be happier not knowing, would you rather remain in the dark? Oh, is that so? I wonder about their father. Yes, the flaxen-haired sibling's father. Are we gonna go back in time to the father? Do you think he knew about the white-haired girl? If he did, then perhaps he allowed her to stay because of how deeply he loved his wife. Or maybe he did not want people to find out about her. I expect he too experienced many different emotions, but those pages of his story remain untold. Their parents likely had a turbulent tale as well, but theirs is not of consequence. To whom? I cannot tell you. You and the maid crossed through the entrance hall, continuing your trek. At some point, the fire in the fireplace had faded to embers, emphasizing the lack of light within the mansion. The maid took a candlestick and lit it in the cinders. The small flame illuminated her pale face. On a whim, you asked the maid about herself. About me? I am a maid devoted to your service, Master, as I have said. Oh, what was that? You are interested in my name. You flatter me. I truly do appreciate the question, but you are more than welcome to simply call me the maid. Also, it would make me much happier to hear you say my name after you have recalled who you are, Master. A subtle smile rose to the maid's face. Yo, wait a second, her name is Mel. After which she began to lead you down a first-floor corridor.
Mel transgender and also dyed his hair black.
He's going through a phase, a little goth phase. Still holding the maid's hand, you passed in front of a full-length mirror. In it reflected the warm light of the candle, which disappeared out of range shortly thereafter. Oh my, is something the matter? Did you come across something peculiar? The maid had not appeared in the mirror, though she was not the only one without a reflection. You reached the end of the corridor. There appeared to be a doorway, but the door itself was long since gone, leaving only a hole in the wall to frame the stairs behind it. Without hesitation, the maid descended into the darkness. You have more interest in this mansion, Master, than in a mere maid, do you not? Though it pains me to say as much in your presence, Master, this house is cursed. Yes, it is a curse that runs deep. As you just bore witness to, the majority of those who dwell within these walls fade to misfortune. I have served here for many years, and periods of happiness are as fleeting as a sugar cube in a cup of hot tea. Why did such tragedies befall them? If I were to guess, Master, it was because you had not returned. When you remember your true self, the mansion's curse should be broken. The next door is before us. It appeared to be the entrance to a cellar. The disconsolate wooden door was visibly rotten in several places, and it seemed it might crumble at a single touch. You could hear the sound of something devouring meat beyond the door. Maybe there's a beast living within. Before you had a chance to say you thought it was dangerous, the maid opened the door with a chilling smile on her face. Your first impression was it smelled of blood. What the fuck could we possibly get in door 2? I'm saving the game and I'm getting out of here. 1707.
1707.
What year was the first one?
The first one was like 1606 or something like that.
Are we
So
in...
we are 100 years later.
Okay, so fucking... So Jotaro Joestar is about to show up.
Did you want to dip into the second door? See the first scene? Get a little taste, a little cliffhanger?
You're pushing for it, so yeah. The mansion...
Just something to think about.
The mansion sat in the ruins in that era. Not a soul resided within. The grandeur of the house was lost to the ages. Now I have trepidation. It was in perpetual decline. Not a flower grew in the garden. Dust and dirt blackened the plaster. Cobwebs blanketed the corridors. Ivy shrouded the outer walls. It was not a pleasant sight. As hard as I tried to fight it, I could not stop the mansion's descent in disrepair. The depth of the previous owner's grief, or perhaps despair, was far too much. After the beautiful flaxen-haired family, people stayed away from the mansion. They had no heirs, their bloodlines... They're gone?
Yep, they're gone.
They're gone. They had no heirs, so their bloodline simply vanished into the depths of history. It had been about 50 years since the house last had a residence. But I'm invested. The forlorn property appeared as though it had been abandoned for centuries, and the occasional villager who stumbled upon it did not remain there for more than a day. My time there was rather solitary. That was perhaps the loneliest time of my life. Everyone who had visited the mansion feared it, and it was left without anyone to become its master. I even came to believe that my time serving as a maid would come to an end in this era. Okay, so you're just casually immortal. However, one day I noticed something out of the ordinary. As a servant of the house, I am almost immediately aware of any new presence within its walls, and there appeared to be someone downstairs. Can you imagine just how delighted I was? Though a part of me was anxious about what kind of person I might find, the possibility that it could be you had my heart aflutter. So, resisting the urge to rush, I headed for the basement. Who the fuck's gonna pop out? The cellar was where red wine, smoked meat, and other preserved foods were kept. By that point, the wine was practically antique. As I had expected, a man had made his way into the cellar. Is anyone there? Although I am unsure if referring to him as a man is entirely accurate. Oh my, this is quite something. What the fuck is that? That's scary.
It's just a little guy.
It's really scary. The very first thing I sensed was an almost unbearable stench. The odor emanated from the man, heightened by the food he had carelessly rummaged through. Blood-red liquid spilled from the wine barrel, soaking the floor. Is this the vampire? His sunken eyes had a piercing wolf-like glimmer in them. His teeth were sharp and yellowed, visible as he ripped into a chunk of meat. He grumbled in a seemingly inhuman tongue. I was looking at a beast, or perhaps a half-beast. There was another source of odor in the room, though. It had something of a kind of metallic tinge to it. When I noticed this, I nearly passed out. The red liquid was not just wine, as I had assumed. The beast had, I presume, stolen a weapon from the village. Far too nice for him lay on the floor by his side. A sword far too nice for him lay on the floor by his side. I could hardly imagine how many people's lives he had taken with that blade. It was visibly wet with blood, even in the darkness of the cellar, but at the same time it had an imposing gleam. Fuck gothic horror, we Beowulf now. The fine, luscious aroma of the wine could not mask the stench of blood in the beast. Holding my breath, I took a few moments to ponder. Ponder what? Oh, master, you know. Tell me, were you summoned here by this mansion? Did you come here knowing what kind of place it is? If you're in want of money, you're welcome to help yourself to some of the furniture. And I imagine the villagers would be willing to welcome you if you dressed yourself up a bit more like a person. Then you could trade the furniture for food and make your way to a larger town. The wolf was able to fool the innocent little girl simply putting on clothing after all. Oh dear, I was afraid you wouldn't understand me. What am I to do? I was in quite the predicament. Yeah. Nevertheless, it meant a great deal to me that I had found someone who did not fear the mansion, be they human or beast. So I decided I should give him my assistance while doing my best not to agitate him. Say, could you perchance be my new master? Maid's a freak. Is this still the first scene?
Can you see the window name?
No.
Okay. Normally it changes when the scene changes. If you want to stop here, you can, or we can go until there's a. They usually show like the name of the game. That's usually pretty significant scene changes.
Oh, okay, we'll go till then. The mansion sat near the ocean. To say it was perched upon a cliff might make it sound rather intimidating. But you could see the beautifully clear sea through the windows, a glittering expanse of emerald and turquoise. The fact that you didn't say, yeah, here's a good place to stop, means that there's still a little treat. If the mansion had been in proper condition, it would have been breathtaking against that backdrop. I even wanted to plant orange trees in the garden. Though it was a tumultuous era, the sun still shone bright upon the land, which only served to emphasize the house's unsightliness. I'm noticing the rose overlay is gone, and now it's replaced by a bunch of shit.
Just a bunch of lines and shapes.
Oh yes, perhaps I should give you some more background information. Please! At that period in time, a war had just drawn to a close. The once gorgeous wetlands were infested with crows picking at decaying remains. Bodies of soldiers fallen in battle continually washed up on the shores of coastal villages. The people wanted nothing more than the curtain to draw on the deeply political contest. And when it finally did, the kingdom, with its richly fertile shores, was stripped of its independence, beginning a new era under new rule. The people were exhausted, their spirits wasted away. And the splendor of the ocean and sky did nothing to help. In my mind, the beast was emblematic of the times, emaciated and enveloped in a scent of blood. But the war came to an end. Thus the beast did not have to remain a beast, I thought. Did he? And so I endeavored to make the beast more human-like. First, I needed to do something about his appearance. I would draw a bath, scrub away all the filth, and dress him in clothing left in the mansion. However, having sat unused for 50 years, the majority of garments had been devoured by insects and were of little use. So I searched the mansion top to bottom for anything the beast could wear, heated up some coals, and set to work ironing what I found. At the time, steam irons had not yet been invented. We used plates of iron heated with coals. They somewhat resembled kettles. Okay.
Thank you, maid.
I even prepared meals for the beast in order to teach him proper table manners. Although with the mansion in a nearly uninhabitable state of disarray, there was only so much I could do in the kitchen, and the only supplies I had to work with were left in the cellar. As such, I was not able to put to use the cooking skills I had learned in the flaxen-haired family's time. Now, you mustn't eat with your hands. What is this story? Where are we? What route did we take?
We're in 1707.
Did I do something bad?
This is door 2.
Did I get the bad ending?
You chose the wrong choice.
Do you want to get your fingers and face dirty? You eat using a knife and fork. See, like this. Hehe. I feel like I'm teaching a young child. Oh my, what are you holding your head for? Oh dear. Perhaps I should be teaching you to speak before table manners. Worry not, we have plenty of time. You needn't act so frightened. Or perhaps you do not want to be understood at all. Would you be so kind as to tell me your name? You are for now still a guest. It is too soon for me to call you master. Or am I mistaken? Your name, that is what people call you. How about I start by telling you my name? I am called... B! Bestia. Bestia or Bestia?
I would say Beastia. I don't actually know how to pronounce it.
Bestia. Your name is Bestia? I see. Then that is what I shall call you, Bestia. My, you seem to be rather perplexed as to how I was still alive. He had, in fact, attempted to cause me harm, however. I am a servant of the house, hee hee. The beast called himself Bestia. It is a curious thing, when I learned his name, he seemed to take on new importance in my mind. He was not a mere beast, but the thing called Bestia. Master? Should I ever have the chance to hear your name, I am certain you too shall become more substantial a presence. But you must always remember, Master, that even if you do not remember your name, and even if you never know mine, you have always held a special place in my heart. And thus began my tranquil days with Bestia. Slowly, he began to learn the human tongue, and I was, to be quite honest, rather thrilled. To be certain, I was afraid of the beast, but my fear was not so strong as my elation that there was someone else in the mansion, someone to whom I could speak, and someone that might become my master. Come now, you must pull weeds at the roots or they will soon grow back. This is a task that requires perseverance. You do it like this, see? There you go. Grass! Oh, did you not expect that? What appears to be many plants on the surface is actually all connected within the soil. This is a task that requires a man's strength. If there were other servants, they could do it. So I apologize for making you tend to the garden, future master. She just doesn't want to do it.
So real.
Or perhaps, now that you are all dressed up, do you wish to leave the mansion and find someone to fool, as the wolf did the sweet little girl? Have you no interest in remaining in such a disheveled house? Go on. Not want to leave. Oh my, is that so? If you wish to stay, then I shall not stop you. On the contrary, I will gladly attend to you. I am waiting for the person who is to become my master. Forever waiting. I should be able to watch over you until the day you depart this world, old and wrinkled. Do you not believe me? Are you interested in becoming the master of this house? Will be. I have to wonder if you know what you are saying. Although it matters little whether you do or not. Oh my, look at that. Now this brings back memories. This is called a rose. Do you know what a rose is? It is a type of flower. Not know. Do not know. I see. Then allow me to teach you. What the fuck is this? What story are we reading now? This
What do
is
you mean?
so...
This is the house in Fata Morgana.
This is so different from what we were doing like an hour ago.
This is door 2.
What you have here is not a real rose. The real roses wilted and are sleeping in the soil. Is this the white one? This is called an accessory. It is something women wear. The beast held an ornamental white rose in his hand. Oh, for fuck's sake. An object someone, sometime, meant to give someone else. Curiously, the white rose was just as stunning as it had been the day it was made, despite being buried in the earth for so many years. I hear roses make wonderful gifts. Hee. He stared intently at the decorative rose. I had presumed the beast would either discard it disinterestedly or destroy it. Much to his surprise, Bestia held it gently in his hands as though it were something precious to him. Are you perchance considering giving it to me? So you are not? Very well. Is there someone else you would like to give it to? In that moment, a thought floated through my mind. The thing I had found in a pool of blood in the cellar was not a monster. Was a monstrous creature indeed, but perhaps that was not at his core what he truly was. So I asked him a question. What is it that you desire, Bestia? This mansion fulfills people's desires. I sure as fuck haven't seen that in Door 1. If you yearn for something, want, live, peace. Look at that filthy thing. A beast, it's a beast. It's eating goddamn sand. You really that hungry? Beast, you cow creature, was I about to say?
Yeah.
Stay the hell back. Get any closer, filthy beast, and I'll kill you. Several days passed by. As Bestia began to act more like a person, the mansion followed suit, slowly becoming more habitable, though not yet back to its former glory. No flowers grew in the garden, but neither were there weeds infesting it. The dusty corridors, shattered windows, rust-covered kitchen gradually returned to their proper states. Bestia learned how to change his own clothes and how to draw a bath. No longer did I have to wait on him hand and foot. He could take care of a number of things all by himself. What we lacked for food, he acquired from the forest. Never did he go to purchase supplies from the village. Rather, he captured hares and gathered herbs hidden in the overgrowth. There were days without incident. And though such a life may be want for excitement, peace is something that you mustn't take for granted. Those who have it cast it aside, finding the leisurely flow of time dull. Only those who have never experienced it truly know how precious it is. Bestia appeared to be content. He wore an expression of solitary serenity. Someone! Is anyone there? And then one day, a crack formed in that uneventful tranquility. Is anyone in there? Could you part with some food? I don't need much. Some food and water. Just a little, that's all I need. Bestia looked over at me, as if seeking my aid. Ironic, no? It was the visitor who was truly in need of aid. I pondered it for a few moments, deciding that I could simply not turn away someone calling upon the mansion. Had Bestia ordered me to not let him in, I would have followed his instructions, but he said nothing. Who the fuck? Oh, thank God someone's here. I was afraid it was deserted. You said you were in need of sustenance. Yes. It doesn't have to be much. Anything to quench this thirst. I got lost and it's been several days. Give me a few minutes. I will find... Let him in. A firm, deep voice came from behind me. I was quite startled. When had the beast learned to act so much like a human? When had he learned to speak so clearly and to behave so much like a master? Ah! Upon seeing Bestia, a look of terror appeared to cross the wanderer's face for a moment. To my eyes, Bestia was the very image of a head of house, but to an outsider, he probably appeared to be nothing more than a beast in man's clothing. Prepare him a meal and a bed. I suspect he is quite tired. Thank you very much. But in time, the fear drained from the man's face. Bestia sat precariously on the border between man and beast. Though he still had his doubts, the wanderer revised his first impression, deciding Bestia was human. As the wolf had fooled the little girl in the forest, he too had succeeded in playing the role of a man. I thought I was a goner for a while there, but you really came to the rescue. And a meal like this on top of that? You really didn't have to. Though I guess it's not an appropriate thing to say as I'm eating. What kind of meat is this?
Hair.
It's damn tender for rabbit. And here I thought it was beef. You have quite the skilled chef. Hehehe. Oh, is she the one who cooked this? Is she your wife? Oh no, I am merely a servant. A female servant, huh? Don't see that very often. This mansion's just full of surprises. I can hardly believe it. Lost for days, and as soon as I think I'm dead, there it is. Thinking back on it now, it's miraculous. Why are you two living alone in a house on a cliff?
We.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Asking so many questions without telling you about myself. Please, story within a story, story within a story, please. Door 3. My apologies. Just a little too excited to finally see other people. I'm a merchant. I do international trade. Until a few years back, spice exports pretty much all came from one place. But now that we've established trade routes of our own, my country's fighting tooth and nail to push its exports. And in fact, some have lost a few teeth in the fight already. But that's just how it works. It's a cutthroat world. You do what you must to survive. That's just how it works, the merchant said, a sorrowful look on his face. He was quite clearly putting on a show, though. Confidence in himself and his homeland radiated from that man. I came to this land to do business, but much to my chagrin, I somehow ended up lost in the forest. Had I wandered around for much longer, I'd have lost the chance to ever see my beloved again.
Your beloved.
Yes, sir, I'm constantly out on business, so we only get to see each other a few times a year. But she always waits for my return. I'd like to introduce you to her if I ever get the chance. She's a pretty girl, if not especially striking.
Is that so?
The merchant was a man of many words, and I, for one, do not mind a lively supper table. Though I know not how Beastia felt, at the very least I was glad we had invited the wanderer into the mansion. He was, after all, holding a proper conversation with someone, and he seemed to be having success concealing his piercing, beast-like gaze. However... Alright, I stopped by the village before entering the forest, and I heard a bone-chilling tale there. As soon as the merchant brought up the subject, a palpable tension spread throughout the room. They say there have been sightings of a beast. It's a creature unlike anything anyone's seen before. Not a wolf or a bear or anything like that. It even attacked the village once, killing several people. Thankfully, the men managed to drive it out, but the creature is still alive. There's nothing in this world scarier than a vicious beast. Come on, man. Bestial looks at the camera. Is he talking about me? So you should keep an eye out. Wouldn't want to accidentally let a murderous beast into your home. What, is the merchant the beast? At the villager's insistence, I had the smithy forge me a knife.
Is that knife
Huh?
with you now?
Well, yeah, I've got it on me. Only good to defend myself with, but it's better than...
That knife. You brought that knife. You're here to kill me with that knife.
Well, I had thought the merchant was gonna pull a fucking switcheroo and he's the beast. And he kills these people. Like, because they invited him into the home.
You're going to stab me again and again with that knife like they did last time. That's why you're here, isn't it?
How much does Beastia talk?
A lot.
Oh! Oh, wrong choice, Sean. Okay.
You can, like, tone it down.
No, I can't. What?
You're committed.
What are you talking about? What's gotten into you?
Stab and stab and stab.
Calm down. What are you so worried about? I'm not going to hurt you with this. Oh, what did you just say? Ugh. I like to imagine that before the wolf ate the poor little girl, he said, "Is this what I always look like?"
That beast.
What's your problem? What's wrong? Talk like a human.
It isn't me.
Stop. Stay back. Get any closer and I'll stab you to death.
You act like you only just realized I'm a beast. That's right. I'm a beast. I killed them.
Stay back.
And I'll do the same to you.
Oh my god. In his hand, Beastia held his sword. Perhaps it had been hidden under the table, or maybe behind his chair. Regardless, as though he had expected this to happen. The merchant kicked aside a chair, attempting to flee, but Beastia closed the distance in an instant, knocking him back. He lost his balance and slammed against the wall, but still he made to escape, though the beast stood blocking his path. No, please stop this. Don't kill me. My beloved is waiting for me back home. I can't leave her behind.
And why should I care?
Oh no. A dreadful scream echoed through the dining room. I reflexively covered my ears. Please help. Someone, anyone.
No one's going to come for you. The mansion's a long way from town.
Help. That woman, where did she? Why isn't she here? She was just... No.
You'll kill me if I don't kill you. And so I must show you that I will. I must show you that I'm serious. I must kill you, or you won't understand. You just won't understand. If I don't show you firsthand, you won't understand. I'll make you understand. I'll make your flesh and bones understand. Kill. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Bro, we were watching Romeo and Juliet an hour ago.
We were.
Kill you.
Monster.
That's right. I am a beast.
Oh my god, bro is laughing.
He's giggling a little bit.
I'd love if this is the rest of the game. I'm not even scrolling, it's automatically scrolling.
Oh, door 2 is longer than 1 and 3 just because the laughs are so long. He laughs so much.
They had been enjoying a peaceful meal around the table together just minutes earlier. So what had triggered this? If I were to guess, the merchant saying the word knife is what caused the beast to snap. A simple, small thing to set him off. I could never comprehend it. Beastia, who had said he wished for peace, was staring down at the ravaged corpse of the merchant, with a look of ecstasy on his face. Master, can you understand how he felt? Even just a little? Did he not yearn for peace but for slaughter? Game's fucked up.
That's probably a good place to stop.
This game's got incest. It's got beasts. It has French people. And who the fuck
scroll?
is Pauline? Look at that fucking hair, bro. Game is really
It's a question
fucked.
for next time.
When am I gonna get to go back and make my choice here?
That's your second playthrough. It's like 100 line. It opens up a bunch of new options.
How the fuck did I get out of here? Window?
You could just hit probably in config. The
Oh, return title.
There you go.
Game's
What do you
fucked
think?
up. I would love it if they replaced it with the beast here.
That'd be awesome.
Can I see the art gallery? No. This game's fucked up. This game's this game's really fucked up, bro. I can't believe that that Shakespeare existed.
And he got killed by a beast.
I was gonna theorize, but I don't have shit. Not after that.
I really wanted you to see the beginning of door 2 just so you understood what this game is gonna throw at you.
You think I understand? What part of this?
Instead, if you left it, you would have been like, oh, maybe next door we'll see what happens next with Mel and Nellie. Maybe we'll
You
see
would've-
more of the family.
You would have had to wait on that for a week.
You would have thought about that, and then you would have come back, and you would have realized within seconds that all of that theorizing was useless.
I would have been so mad. I would have been pissed off. You know me. You know I would have been pissed off.
Yeah. This was my trick when I played this game. I was like, oh, I'll have a little taste of the next door, and that's how I would get hooked, and I would keep playing.
The fucking beast.
And that was my curse.
Are we just gonna be like Beast for door 2? Is each door gonna be a different fucking era?
Each door is a different set of characters, yes.
You're fucking kidding me.
It is kind of like JoJo, except there isn't really a family connection, I guess.
Are they relevant between stories?
There is relevance, but you won't see it till the back half of the game.
Oh my god.
You can only theorize until then.
I'm getting the fuck out of here.